do I say if I'm not here to change anyone? It's a question I truly don't know how to answer. How do I live if my life is eternity? How do I live if I'm no longer afraid to die? It's a mystery, no one can give me an answer. If the usual way doesn't work anymore, there's no map for what life has in store. What if the race is over and we all automatically win? What if the game is ended long before it even begins? What if the test has been taken and we're all passing again and again? If the race is over, what then? What is the purpose of time here on earth? How do I now define my death and birth? For that matter, what is my life really worth in the end? What's mine to give and what's mine to receive? Whom do I worship? What do I believe? Seems every answer comes right back to me in the end. What if the race is over and we all automatically win? What if the game is ended long before it even begins? What if the test has been taken and we're all passing again and again? If the race is over and we're all born victorious, if the race is over, what then?
Check, check, check. Checking the mic. Okay. Is that good back there? Yep. All right.
Would you like to clip on, Betty?
Huh? Yeah, I would, because I think I'm going to come out here a bit more.
Bring it on.
Get out behind it.
Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. I'm through crying, I'm through waiting, I'm through hoping against all hope. I'm through longing for something gone that'll never return. Think I finally learned. So bring
Test,
it
test,
everything new,
test,
everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. I'm through grieving, I'm through dreaming that the life I had is ever coming back. No more wishing on someone else's star that'll never be mine. I think it's time to bring it on. for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. And I've survived many times before, broken hearts and slamming doors. I'll be alright, yes I will, once more, just as I did back then. I'm gonna rise again, so bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. So bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. I know it's gonna be everything new.
When the service starts, just choose that to camera feed.
Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Everything I've ever done, everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to the present moment, here to a new beginning here. And I'm seeing life so clearly now. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of love. Get ready, my soul. 'Cause here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, close, close, closer to my sacred source. Here I go, deep, deep,
No, I think I took it. Phyllis, I think I do have one. That's my responsibility. Don't worry about it, you. Don't worry about it. Okay, here it is.
I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love.
I've got it. I got it back up.
Get ready.
Yeah, it's 20, number 20. 20. Yeah.
Get ready, my soul.
How are you? Good to see you.
I'm good.
So who's in charge back there when our sweet person's gone?
Oh,
Gabe is going to be gone for 2 months.
me and Phyllis and
Oh.
Alejandro.
You're all in charge. Well, I'm going to assume you're in charge. Thank you. Well, I figured you were going to be, and I nominated you, so we're going to, So I'm going to work with you to get the word out if there's anything different I need or
right,
something for the, because it's December, Christmas.
I
There's
know.
going to be a lot of different things going on.
Absolutely, and it's gorgeous.
So I'll be in touch. Isn't it? It's the decorating team. And tell me your name again. Sue, of course. Okay, yes, I remember you from last week. And did you sign up for one of the committees?
Mysterious until you know the
Oh,
truth.
that's right. I think Lori told me that.
As
Yeah.
simple as the love
about
inside of you.
Yeah.
Call
The
it God,
biggest thing is
call
we
it
take on too
Spirit,
much at once.
call it
Isn't
Jesus,
it?
call it
So
Lord,
you be a
call it Buddha,
modified,
Baha'u'llah,
presence on the
angels'
tomb.
wings
On the team. The tomb. Did I say tomb?
Yes, you did. That's all right.
On the team.
It's all
We understood.
power, can't you see? It's the power of the love in you and me.
Well, we
one power,
feel blessed about that. And what yeah, we understand, yeah.
we speak so many languages, different clothing, different
Yeah, oh,
colors,
that's right. Talk
different
about,
names.
yes, Pat.
The different is only dangerous when we forget
Who's ringing the bell?
that in the heart we're all the same. And we'll remember
I don't know
once
about
we
it. I
close
guess
our
I
eyes to
guess I'll
see
put mine on.
that such distances were never meant to be. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, Hashem or Heaven's door. It's Muhammad, it's your mind, it's your soul, or it's your sign. It's the universe, it's music, Mother Earth or Father Time. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? Whatever name you
I
give
think
it,
the same
it's the
is-
very air we breathe. Oh, it's the power of the
Okay, because
in you and me, one power.
see if you could see up here. It's not or both of them.
One power
If the light works for them.
is what we are.
And if not, they're going to have to
One power.
get them up here. Yeah, let's get them all up here.
It's the moment of it's an everlasting peace. It's the freedom of forgiveness. It's the sweetness of release. It's the joy of inspiration. It's the sunshine on your face. It's the
Okay, well,
birthright
that's
of all
what-
nations. It's the boundlessness
My
of
mic is
space.
on. I'm
It's the
speaking to you in my mic.
beauty of a baby, the serenity of sleep. It's the anger we abandon, for it's love that's most deep. It's one power.
Okay, check. All right, I think I can be heard.
It's
Yeah.
one power. What we are is one It's the power of the love that lives forever in you and me. It's the power of the love in you and nothing to say, nowhere to go, nothing to do. I had no promises to make, no one to know, nothing to prove. It's a strange sort of existence, somehow it seems so true. The only thing I really know is that I don't know a thing. The only sound that I hear now is the silence when I sing. The only sight my eyes can see is the darkness of my dreams. This is how I'm born to be empty. I know nothing is wrong, nothing is right. All is in all right now. Everything's gone, ambition and fight, no expectations at all. It's a new kind of intention, but somehow it seems so right. The only thing I really know is that I don't know a thing. The only sound that I hear now is the silence when I sing. The only sight my eyes can see is the darkness of my dream. This is how I'm born to be. I'd be perfectly fine if I stayed this way forever. Nothing on my mind, and I never felt better.
Well, can you hear the mic? Okay, now you got it. Yeah, yeah. So this Sunday's the first Sunday in Advent. So we are doing our opening a little differently, and we're lighting the first Advent candle. And so the word Advent is one of those ancient words from the Greek language that means something's coming. What's coming? This is the last Sunday in November. But we're preparing our hearts and minds to recognize the Christ within us, because the whole Christmas season is about recognizing and experiencing a rebirth in us of our Christ consciousness, to become aware of a newer, deeper, broader, most wonderful who we are as spiritual beings. And so each Sunday we'll light an Advent candle, and today the candle being lit is the candle of faith and hope. Mike.
Faith. Like Mary and Joseph, we may sometimes find that outer circumstances are not to our liking. There is no room at the end, they were told, but they journeyed on, undaunted. When we face a challenge or obstacle in life, we carry on. Faith fuels courage and commitment. As we return to the guidance of God within, our way is made clear. We release all worries and concerns. Our burdens are made light. We have all the faith we need to fulfill our potential. We step forward in confidence, and we give thanks for the unfolding of our highest good.
Hope, I'm okay. Hope is a feeling as well as an attitude of mind and heart. When you develop an attitude of hopefulness, you act hopeful, you look for good. Your attitude changes. You find that you are able to release any doubt or fear, and you gain a new sense of peace and confidence. When your attitude is hopeful, you recognize yourself as a vital, important, and talented child of God. And as God's child, you experience life to the fullest. This Christmas season, let your heart be open to God's loving presence in all its wonderful glory. Contemplate the journey of Mary and Joseph, who were guided by God and filled with hope as they awaited the birth of Jesus. Let the same spirit of hope fill you. With this attitude of hope in mind and heart, you gain great strength, for you are affirming your oneness with God and your willingness to be guided by God at all times. Today and every day, let your heart be filled with hope, and you will experience abundant blessings.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Unity, where love is felt, truth is taught,
Lives are transformed, and all is well, as we express the Christ within.
Good morning. And welcome. Welcome to Unity of Gainesville, Florida. May this service be a blessing for all, whether you are here in person or participating virtually on Zoom, Facebook, and YouTube. We are so glad that you have chosen to be here with us this morning and delight in sharing this sacred time together this first Sunday of Advent season. Each Sunday morning, with the support of love and hearts and hands and talent, we create a morning service. Today, Jackie is our prayer partner. Bonnie Kilgour is out in the gathering room, our board member on duty. Shirley Mogeson, Gabe. I also see right now Bill Lang, and there was Alejandro up back, but we have a team called the Stream Team, and they work with our sound. And I am Rupali Robinson, the service leader of the morning. And leaving the best for last, can we fix the mic? No, it's echoing. Very badly, for me anyway. Okay. Are you hearing an echo out there? Yes. Yeah. Gabe, just get, it wasn't echoing when we,
It's where you're standing in the room, unfortunately. You're standing right under the speaker.
try it here,
Yeah, stepping back and back.
a little more.
Backwards. Yeah, yeah.
I'm not getting the echo where I am.
Yeah, I think you're good. I think you're good.
Okay. As I was saying, the guest speaker is, not a guest speaker, sorry. Our speaker today is our beloved minister of record, Betty Martin Lewis. And although she is our part-time minister, yeah, exactly, she has founded and spiritually guided a full-time ministry for over 15 years in South Florida. Today, her message is entitled, "In the Light of Gratitude." Such perfect synergy between this season of Thanksgiving and that of welcoming the light. Betty, would you open us with prayer?
All right, so let's take a moment now and just breathe, relax, go within, gently closing our eyes if you like. And know that we are here to support each other on our spiritual journey. We feel the presence here of the one power, one presence. The God Most High, source of all that is, was, or ever will be. This amazing fountain of all possibilities is within us, surrounds us, above us, below us, in front of us, behind us. And so we feel this sacred energy now circulating in the sanctuary and down the halls and the corridors and the gathering room and wherever we have come now to be physically present in this facility. We also feel that beautiful, amazing energy of those who are joining us now online as well, on Facebook, on Zoom, or any other social media. And so we're grateful to be present to each other, present to this moment. And in our hearts, let come forward something or someone, some place that you are thankful for. Let it rise up in your consciousness. And feel that vibration of gratitude within and without. And know that the source of this amazing sacred vibration is the allness of everything. Creator, creation, creating, all together. This amazing power of God. And so we're thankful this morning now, opening our hearts and our minds to each other and to the message of the morning, and to our intentions for having a beautiful day filled with gratitude. Amen, and so it is. So now we're going to have our first congregational song. So you have the words there, and everybody got a handout except for us. Yeah. Yeah. So why don't you stand? This has got a calypso beat, and let the music fill you, right? Let's count your blessings. Can we have more volume? Hello.
Count your blessings.
Count your blessings. Name them one by one. Count your blessings. See what God has done. Count your blessings. Name them one by one. Count your many blessings. See what God has done. When your life feels empty, it is so untrue. There's a mighty presence there inside of you. Miracles take place wherever you may be, proving that God's love is with you constantly. Yeah. Just count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, see what God has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings and see what God has done. Ooh, yeah. So amid the conflict, whether great or small, do not be discouraged, God is over all. Count your many blessings, every dog will fly, and you will be singing as the day goes by. Sing low. Just count your blessings and name them one by one. Count your blessings, see what God has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings and see what God has done. Just count your blessings and name them one by one. Count your blessings, see what God has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God has done. Just count your blessings, name them one by one. Are you going to do newcomers? Okay, yeah. Has done.
And we count our blessings each time we see a new face. And I know this morning that there are some newcomers in our group, so I simply would love to welcome you to the family of Unity. And if you would just raise your hand, just so people know you're there, and we can offer you a welcome packet if you didn't get it already.
Ask his first name where he's from. Ask his first name and where he's from.
And if you would be so grateful, kind, would you just offer your name for us? And perhaps where you're from?
My name is Mike. I'm from Alachua, Florida.
Hey, Mike, welcome.
My name is Shannon. I'm from High Springs, Florida.
High Springs.
High Springs, one of my favorite places on earth. And your daughter? Let's have your daughter shout out her name.
My name is Kara.
That's Kara with a C and an A. I asked. Anyone else?
I'm Jules. I'm from Gainesville.
Welcome, Jules. It is indeed a way that we can count our blessings to see what God has done. And now is the time that we do acknowledgments and announcements. So I want you to know that the announcements are really non-existent. So today I'm focusing on announcements. I would like you to look at the sanctuary. First, isn't this sanctuary looking gloriously decked out for the holidays? And what about the gathering room and the manger scene out front and the bookstore, and soon it will be the deck, because we're not really complete. But I want to simply say that this church home is being so blessed by those who have offered their time, talent, and treasure. I want to actually just acknowledge people right now on the decorating team. Our team is led by Gio Dressal, our office manager. Is Gio with us? We got Alejandro. Will you stand in for your mom? Yay! And he helped too load. On Wednesday, they unloaded the shed and brought things in, and kind of the large things like this, I cannot pick up, okay? So we had some great Gio and help, okay? Rolando, her husband, also helped out. We are hoping, no, I don't see Jackie. Okay, the other one that was really instrumental, both in coming up with the vision and implementing that vision, was Jackie Ernie. She's not here today. And other than that, do we have Barbara here today? Yes. Barbara, stand up, please. Barbara. Yay. And Sharadna, are you here? Yes, you're here. Yep. And then myself. I'm the last member. There was 5 of us playing up here. Yes. And I also want to acknowledge now those who participated last weekend and during this week too in what we call our yard cleanup. And like the inside of our physical home, we have been also offering love and giving an uplift to the outside. Anyone who has contributed to the cleaning of our grounds, whether it's cleaning or cutting or doesn't matter, please stand. I know that the leader of the team, Paul Leese, back there, Bill Lang. Steve Greeno.
And did you say Bill?
There were about 8 or 10 people.
I know that Ann Young came and helped, but it has continued to allow us to actually beautify both in and out. And for taking care of us, the folks of Unity, I wish to acknowledge Laurie Mills, our volunteer coordinator, and Reverend Betty for a marvelous volunteer fair and potluck, expanding our sense of connection and spiritual well-being. For me, having Laurie greet me and pin a blue and gold ribbon with a silk lapel flower on me was such a sweet recognition and gift of appreciation. Then I looked at the ribbon and picked up the flower, because I had a big flower, and it said, "You make a difference." So I just want to say that for me, it was a very special day. And I also want to honor and thank Reverend Betty for an insightful and inspired presentation about how to enjoy as well as more deeply understand the spiritual fruits of selfless service. So no worries, I'm done now. The only announcement is, in the bookstore, we have the Advent booklet called The Christmas of Light and Peace. Anything else, please refer to the website and Unity Messenger. And I am done. We're going to go into the music.
No, we don't have music.
Nope, we're not going to do the music. We're going into the message with Reverend Betty then. Is that right?
Yes.
I did it right.
Yes. Okay, I'm not sure how far I can wander out here, but I'm feeling the need to see your faces more clearly and connect with you. And we're going to talk about gratitude. This is a topic we've been talking about the whole month of November, gratitude, and the amazing things that gratitude can do for us and for healing the world. And so the affirmation I'd like us to use today is, I walk in the light of gratitude. And light is something mystical. From a spiritual standpoint, light is the awakening. Light allows us to see the way, right? And we can move from darkness into light as we become enlightened. And so as we use our gift of gratitude, our understanding of gratitude, we talked last week about how it makes us actually happier. That has been measured by the social scientists, that people who regularly practice gratitude every day are 25% happier than other people. And there are some studies that show increased health benefits and better sleep, and people pay better attention to self-care when they are filled with gratitude. So we want to keep affirming more than just once a year gratitude, but to have that as a regular practice. And I encourage you to make up your own affirmations of gratitude, so that it brings forth that curiosity in your consciousness to notice and be aware of all the things around you to give thanks for. Everything within you and around you as you become more and more aware. So let's say together, I walk in the light of gratitude. Maybe put your hand on your heart if you're feeling that. I walk in the light of gratitude. And again, I walk in the light of gratitude. One more time. I walk in the light of gratitude. And look around and tell someone else, you walk in the light of gratitude. You walk in the light of gratitude. And you walk in the light of gratitude. Okay. Yeah. You walk in the light of gratitude. And together all we walk in the light of gratitude. Wow. Feel that energy. Feel that energy. And last week we talked about the Apostle Paul's teaching that we need to give gratitude in all circumstances. You know, it's easy when your life's going good and you know you got it good to say, oh, I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that, and look at this. But when you're in those valleys of the shadow, it's a little harder, isn't it? And yet, the Apostle Paul wrote that letter to tell the Philippians about gratitude when he was imprisoned for 3 years as a heretic, tortured, very little to eat, darkness in the prison, dankness. just can you imagine the stony enclosure? And sometimes when we're in those valleys, we create our own prison, don't we, in our mind? Then we're the martyr. Nobody loves me. I can't do this. I don't have this, or I wish I had that, or, gratitude will bring us out of the prison in our minds. And so, as he says, gratitude in all circumstances. And Thanksgiving morning, I was having my coffee as I was having a leisurely start to my day and getting ready to go to a friend's house for a wonderful Thanksgiving. And I was watching one of the early shows, and they profiled the perfect Thanksgiving story. And the name of the person they were interviewing is Bobby Bostic. Anybody heard that name? Bobby Bostic. He was a young man who went to prison at age 16. Actually, he was a young boy. He was a boy. 16 is not an adult yet. He went to prison under an adult sentencing, age 16. He was just released this month. Served 47 years. I'm sorry, he served 27 years, but he's 43 when he was released. 27 years in prison. And so when he was in court, he didn't know, now the crimes were serious, but no one died in the crimes. It was burglary, and so he got charged with assault, burglary, kidnapping, and performing a crime with a gun. Somebody got shot but not killed. He did some not so great things, at 16, with an accomplice who was 18. And when they talked to him, when the lawyer's telling him, when the prosecutor's making the deal, it was, okay, we'll make a deal. If you plead guilty, life sentence. 16-year-old, life sentence. Well, that scared the heck out of him. You can imagine that, right? And so what choice did he have? Take a life sentence with no parole, or try to go to court, plead his case, and say that he was sorry and see what he could get. Well, he decided then to have a jury trial. And then his accomplice, who was 18, also took the plea, which was, for him, it was 30 years. The young 16-year-old boy went to trial, the jury found him guilty on all charges. And the judge, bless her, she was fed up with a rash of crime at that time, was very angry, showed no remorse, threw the book at him as hard and fast as she could, and she said to him in court, "Young Mr. Bostic, you made your choices. You're going to live with them, and you're going to die in the Department of Corrections. Your terms will be served consecutively, not concurrently, consecutively, so he wouldn't get out of jail for 240 years. 16-year-old sentenced to 240 years in jail. And she was angry, and she said, "You deserve it, and you're going to die in jail." So he was in jail 27 years. Meanwhile, the judge had retired. There are many groups working with prisoners who have a case and might plead and see if they can get some way of a retrial or whatever. But think about that. Do you identify with the young boy, the victim, so to speak, who also was a perpetrator? Do you identify with the judge? Well, the truth is, we are sometimes both. We're sometimes the perpetrator and the victim in our life, right? The story. I mean, if we really understand the parallels in our own lives, and use it as a metaphysical teaching, we know that sometimes we're the oppressor, sometimes we're the victim, sometimes we're the advocate. So over the last 5 to 10 years, actually when Bobby went to prison as a 16-year-old, he made a vow that he was going to do the best he could to develop, to grow, to learn, use those days wisely. Now, to me, that shows gratitude for living your day. He began to do computer work and found out he could get classes online. And so he got classes like certificates in being an advocate for victims in the criminal justice setting. He got his associate's degree as a paralegal. There was a picture of him online that had, I don't know, a whole wall full of certificates that he had earned while he was in prison. And before he got released, he actually earned his bachelor's degree. He loved his mama very much. And so she was, I think, the backbone, and what got him through most of those many, many years. But she died while he was in prison. And so when he got out of prison, he even formed a nonprofit for single mothers in honor of his mother, because she had been a single mom trying to raise several children in difficult circumstances. And so he didn't have much guidance, at the time, and she was working to support them. And so in honor of her, he formed this nonprofit to collect support and things that single moms need. And so he began to tell his story, and he appealed to the judge who was retired. She became his advocate. And for the last 5 years, she worked to help him get released. Doesn't it just touch your heart? She worked to help him get released. It took getting another law passed in their state to be able to say that juveniles who might have been wrongly sentenced could have, a reconsideration and go before the board to be released. So finally, this month, 27 years in prison, he got released. And so they had on this show, they were interviewing him, they interviewed the judge. And I loved it because the judge, who was a sweet little lady at this point, said, Bobby is, the Bobby I sent to prison is not the Bobby I see now. Bobby has evolved, and I would add spiritually, as well as socially. He took advantage of those years and did the best he could to show what his potential truly is. And that's what spirituality is, going in and recognizing your full potential, your potential as a human and your potential as a spiritual being, and how you can express that spiritual power through your humanity and your behavior and your thoughts and your dreams. It's all possible. I mean, what a story. And so the judge said, Bobby has evolved. I have evolved. Look how that got shared and blossomed into her transformation as well as his transformation. What an inspiring, amazing story. Gratitude in all circumstances. Wow, 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 wow. I love this story. So, we want to keep thinking about shifting when we get in those doldrums, when we find ourselves dragged down by circumstances around us. And the most important thing to remember is all of the circumstances outside of us are temporary. This too shall pass, right? And so even if Bobby didn't express that through words, that's how he behaved. I'm going to take this time and make it my own. I'm going to claim my power even though I'm in prison. And so if we can just recognize sometimes that we create our own prisons, as we create our own limitations, we're just making up stories in our heads sometimes. We need a breath of fresh air, and we need a shift when we get in those times, when the down times of life, which we all have. And so I think this is a great, great understanding about the importance of being aware of what is around us, not seeing what we want it to be and then mourning and grieving the lack because maybe our story doesn't match what we're seeing outside. But seeing what is and saying, fine, I start here. I can accept what I have in circumstances, and I can still dream, but I can release any attachment to any negativity that is around me, or any influences from the outside, because I know my true power. And if I can find the smallest thing to be grateful for, I had a dear loved one of mine who was in prison at one point. And every once in a while when I talked to him and he would be down, I would ask him if he could, what he missed most was, being outside. And I said, well, during your day at all, can you see the sky at all? Can you see anything? And I guess they let him out a couple of hours or something for exercise in the yard or something. And so I said, just look up at the sky and just give gratitude for as much of that as you can see. And he actually did that and felt some comfort there. But, we need to think about what's around us that we are grateful for. And I said, what else could you be grateful for? You got a full belly. You got a mattress to lie on. Might not be first class, might not be the Hilton, but you're safe. Before, he was living in the woods, homeless. And so, in all circumstances, so we need to think about our own circumstances and just know that there's something we can give gratitude for. The other little quick story that was on that same channel that I was watching that morning was a story of two young boys who were adopted. They had been homeless orphans in Sierra Leone in Africa, and a family in North Carolina adopted them, Charlotte, North Carolina, brought them to America. What a culture shock. They were somewhere around the ages of probably 9 and 14, something like that. So the young man who was 14 was particularly just amazed at walking into, and they actually showed the home where they lived, which was, to me, a palace. I mean, to me, it would have been a palace. It was a huge house. And so when they walked, when I guess they picked them up at the airport, first of all, they had a clicker that opened an iron gate to their home, to their estate, right? Wow, these boys saying, what, you mean you have a gate that opens by just pushing a button or something? That blew them away. The fact that they had in this house a washing machine with flowing water in their home that they could do laundry anytime they wanted instead of having to walk down to the creek and do laundry. Wow. Can you imagine their feeling walking into an American grocery store? I was in the Peace Corps for a couple of years, way, 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 way back, and I went through reverse culture shock. When I got back home, I could not believe the riches we have. We're so coddled and spoiled. I mean, yeah, there's fewer things on our pantry shelves or fewer things in the grocery store. You notice that. We used to have 100 brands of something. I mean, come on, 100 brands of cereal to choose from. I mean, that's a little over the top. That's just part of our life. We take it for granted. So the point is not to take everything for granted. We are so rich. So rich. So in part of the shot there, the video that they were showing, they come in with a birthday cake for the older boy, because after he's been living with them for 6 months, a year or something, he had a birthday. And this birthday's lit up with candles, and his eyes got so big. The first time in his whole life he had seen a birthday cake. Doesn't that bring tears to your eyes? A birthday cake blew him away. And he said, when I see that birthday cake, it was the beautifulest thing I had ever seen in my life. And he said, it's not a birthday cake, it's a blessing cake. So what if we thought of our birthday cakes as blessing cakes? Because we take our birthdays for granted, don't we? You know, I mean, a simple little thing like that. A blessing cake. And so when he was interviewed, this young boy was so articulate. He was talking about, you know, every day find something to be thankful for. And so the interviewer said, well, you had birthdays before you came to this country. You know, what'd you do then? And he said, we never thought about it. We didn't even know it was our birthday, especially because he was homeless and on the streets. And they said, well, even in your most difficult times, what could you find to be thankful for? And he said, I had to watch over my little brother, and I'm thankful that I never got sick during that time. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, we got to learn these things. You know, we got to wake up and say, look around. Everything is wonderful. This world is beautiful. Yes, there are troubles in our lives, troubles in the world. But our little stuff is just minutia compared to what some other people are facing right now too in the world. And so we give thanks for all things. Thanks in all circumstances. And thanks for everyone we meet. Because everyone we meet is a walking God. The divine is in everyone. And so let's meet each other with that attitude, gratitude for the divine within each other. So let's go into meditation now and just relax into this beautiful sanctuary of the heart, taking our attention now from our head and moving it gently to the heart space. And whispering again inside to ourselves, I walk in the light of gratitude. Here and now, I walk in the light of gratitude. And let whatever wants to come up for you to be present in your mind's eye now, things that you can be grateful for that you sometimes take for granted. Just sit in that space of giving gratitude now for anything that appears in your mind's eye. And now, also see in your images and your thoughts and maybe words that come up, what you're grateful for others. Think of a special other and see what comes up in terms of gratitude for that other person. And now, gently let that shift to this ministry, this place of coming together in spirit with each other. What are you grateful for about Unity of Gainesville? And I know there are newcomers here, but when you walked in the door, what is it that you found you could be grateful for? And so let's now take this energy of gratitude and feel it swirling in this room, this beautiful energy of gratitude swirling around in the sanctuary here and among the people online, all of us with this beautiful energy now, seeing the energy moving in beautiful pattern and out into the world. Let this energy of gratitude surround the world and join in with the collective thought cloud, the human gratitude all around the world. We give thanks for our human family, and we see this beautiful entire population of sentient beings on this earth rising up in consciousness and supporting the healing of our Mother Earth and each other. And this, we pray, in our highest Christ consciousness, from that place of divine wisdom, divine order, one power, one presence. Amen and amen. So it is. So now we're going to sing again, and this is a song we have never sung before. You may not have sung the earlier one either. Sorry, we didn't catch up with that one. Let's up the volume so that we can hear the singer, whose name is David Friedman. He wrote a song called Unity that reflects the way we have as a unity philosophy, and it is about prayer. So I thought it was appropriate to say to sing together after our meditation. And so it begins with "Every prayer is answered," and let's try to follow the singer on the CD. And next week we have a live musician. So for those of you who are new, we do have live musicians a couple of times a month. We've cut back a little bit on that. But at Christmas, we're going to have another wonderful sing-along, and we'll have more live music in December. So, all right, so we're going to up the volume, and why don't you stand and get your energy going back into all parts of your body and feeling energetic and rising up in music and song. There's just one, there's just unity.
One power, one
Blessings, everyone. Okay, and yeah, they're off. Good.
And now is the time of giving, and I'm going to refer to a quote from the scripture that I saw on our Unity Messenger, which is our weekly e-blast. And it is Luke 6:35. The measure you give will be the measure you get back. Giving and receiving, as we know, are one continuous loop existing as a circle without an end. And please know that this weekly e-news and our Unity website, unitygainesville.org, have a link for secure online giving. And so if you are participating on Zoom, Facebook, or YouTube, you are welcome to offer your your gift there. And if you are here in the sanctuary, please hold the gift in your hand, and if you wish, perhaps place it on your heart. And we leave it in that beautiful bowl over at the entry. It is the offertory bowl now. These gifts that are mindfully and lovingly given continue to support our church home. We are so, so grateful for your heartfelt contributions. So say after me as a call and response: divine love, expressing in me, through me, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And now we will welcome in Miss Gwen and the children. The blessing of the children occur at this time.
My arms full. Today we started our first day of Advent. I'm going to put you guys down right here, okay? Hang on. Okay. So if they were here, we would have made our Advent candles, and we talked about the first one is hope, and we lit that one today. The other thing is an Advent calendar that they can move the hand to count down the days to the day that baby Jesus was born.
And so at this time, I suggest we rise and make a circle. And if you are, I was going to do the circle in a blessing, but maybe not. It's just a thought. We are children, always. Our children that are in the world, we can bless the children that are here in this room. We are every age we have ever been. And so indeed, the children's blessing, and you got to understand that we do have systems here, and so thank you for calling me out on that, but I really did have this idea to bless the children in a circle today. So here we go. We love you. We bless you. And we see the Christ presence within you. We love you, we love you, we really, really love you. What? And now we get to do the peace song, I think. Yay, we do.
And then Miss D wants to say something.
Good morning. Is this on? Good morning. Can you hear me? Okay. I always do it wrong. I want to thank you and interrupt at this time to give thanksgiving, to show my gratitude. And I'm quite sure there's many of us that do. I am so thankful, and if I start crying, that's who I am. This has been some years. We've all been sick, we've all come through, our churches walked and what have you, and we're here. We're standing here, and we have our old church here, and we have our new church here. We have all those that are joining us to help us move forward, to bring in more family, to show more gratitude to God, who it's all about. It's because of him we're here. And I am so grateful. I can't say that enough. And being grateful, especially to the new ones, to Rapoli, who just gets out here and does her best, kicks us to the curb and keeps on walking with us. And we thank you, Rapoli. Reverend Betty, thank you. Thank you so, so much. From my heart. So Rodney, thank you for being here all these years and standing with us and for us. It's a blessing. God has just blessed us so much. Yes, he has. Yes, he has. And where many of our prayers have gone, because many of you don't know this, has been right here. Most of our prayers have been said right here, right in this front. And I mean, God heard. He healed cracks in our church. He healed so many things. And I'm thankful. Donna, thank you for sharing with us your love and your peace and still being here with us. And we thank you, little lady hiding back there. Thank you so much for helping us and getting things straight and putting us on a straight path as we move and just go forward. I can't say enough of thank you. And I know the rest of us do the same thing too, because you've got it going on. You really have. Thank you. Oh yeah, but you're a part of that team, and it takes us to stand up individually. Like many of them, they don't know where I stood. They don't know me. And that's okay, because I know many years being here and pushing and going forward. I know, and I'm glad and I'm thankful and I'm proud of that, because I've been here now over 30 years. You know, it's been a pleasure, because boy, have I grown. And I thank you, ma'am, for bringing your grandchildren in from Texas. Thank you, you and your husband. That's great. Our family is out there. They'll be here. They'll be here to see us. And just so many of us. Shirley, thank you so much. Really appreciate your being here and helping us to learn and grow. Thank you, ma'am. Taking care, and give your husband our love, please, and hope he's feeling so much better. And Phyllis Shepherd, just thank you, girl. You've been right behind us, pushing us, blessing us out, and telling us where to go and how to get there. And we are getting there. Your prayers have really helped us, and I thank you. And Gabe, thank you so much. And, you know, I know maybe some don't think this is necessary, but it is. I want to thank you individually, because we don't get that. And we need to start on something new and keep it moving. But you've come, you've grown, you've helped us to grow. And this has been going on for a while, so you hung in there. YOU, everything, you've been there for us. Thank you, your family, your mom. I know she's looking down at you. Anna's looking down at us. And she's smiling, because his whole family took care of YOU. Helped us really raise it. Yep. So, I mean, it's just been such a blessing. And Jackie Tatum, thank you, girl. Thank you so much for everything. She just got out the hospital not too long ago. She's still here. She's still here. And she was here before I was. So, I mean, it's been such a blessing in your love and your peace. Thank you. You've meant so much to so many of us. And we have a barbershop, and he is here. He is helping us. We thank you bringing in new stuff, new families, because a lot of them have children, they're boys, girls, and need a haircut. So thank you for helping us keep that straight. Appreciate that. And I'm not calling his name because I never remember it. Her son. Thank you. That's my friend, though. So I have his heart, and he has my heart. So I'm thankful. And I thank you, the new people that are here, and enjoying, come back and see what we have to help us grow and be a part of that. We would appreciate that so much. You helping out there? Thank you, lady. Thank you so much for all you've done, because you've been right there with us. Thank you so much for pushing us and blessing us out and getting mad at us and keeping us going, because that's what it's all about. And we really appreciate it, and we love you. And I thank everyone. Barbara, you've been there, girl. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. She's been there running our church and helping us these many years, and still here going forward, even though she doesn't feel good. But we thank you for all that you've done. And Bonnie, thank you for being here and just being on our board and our president and helping us with this part. I said, I think by the time we get through, all of us will have been on the board. But it's been fun. We made it. We made it. Got mad at one another, but we just still got through. Tell each one something, but we got through. Thank you. Appreciate it. And your husband, thank you. He's worked right there with us. And I thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for what you've done and your help. I appreciate it. Thank you, Gwen. We love you, and we bless you, and we know God blesses you too.
And we all say, we love you, Dee, thank you.
We all love you.
We love you. We love you. We really, really love you.
I think Spirit came into Dee today. Yes.
Let's go for it. Wow, that's on.
do I do if I'm not chasing anything? What do I do if I've got everything that I need? It's a question that no one prepared me to answer. Where do I go if I'm right where I'm supposed to be? Where do I go if wherever I am, I am home? It's a question I'm presently wanting to answer. If the usual way doesn't work for me now, it's a void I know nothing about. What if the race is over and we all automatically win? What if the game is ended long before it even begins? What if the test has been taken and we're all passing again and again? If the race is over, what then? What do I say if it's all perfect anyway? What do I say if I'm not here?